Islam. I'm Moorish American Nation and Family Islam. I'm at Burger King around Arrington-Bey, and there's looks like a live football going on. Live football where you see predominantly black males. I don't watch regular TV. Monty Gray Bay and we haven't watched regular TV in but when we first came to Annapolis, we used to watch the movie channel. We did it for maybe approximately 4 months. But before then, we didn't watch regular TV since 2010, and then we stopped watching we stopped watching the movie channel. We just unplugged that TV, and it's been unplugged since 2016. So I'm in Annapolis, Maryland, at the Burger King I earn money at, and so there is, you see all the people watching a game where they go back and forth, all the people. Then you have people from different parts of the world also watching. You have people from China, you have people from Europe, you have people from many nations watch them throw the football back and forth, and they make a lot of money. And it's live football. You got people from, let's say I said China, the continent of Africa. You got people from South America. You got people from Europe, the islands. Watch them throwing the football back and forth on live TV. Islam. It's October the 2nd, 2021.
I'm gonna get something to drink then.
Excuse me.
No.
Okay, Islam. So when you're dealing with unclean, unnatural, not only that, but disease, literally disease spirits, it's good to document. And I say, and that the TV is a satellite, and these artificial intelligence are able to tune in from the TV. Tune in. So say there's a rape going on while live football is going on. While live football is being played, rape, shootings. Okay, that was a thought. Molestation. So. And you know that people, because of that satellite, they're able to tune in. So they just literally watch and witness animal behavior. But if you are classified as an animal, Islam, if you are classified and identified as an animal, you are not identified as a human or part of the human family. Why should you care? So that's my my opinion on it. So today was an okay day. I'm on Arrington-Bey, and this is this is the importance of behaving civilized as much as possible, because I'm not an animal. So, one of the things I found odd today, I'm going to tell you, was really odd. Because before I turn on my camera, I was just putting on my shoes. I put on my walking shoes to walk back. I was hearing a feedback coming from the TV. It sounded like it was messing up. Like I saw it was messing up quite a bit. And I was putting on, and there was feedback coming from the TV. And once again, Imani and I, we haven't watched TV since those 4 months in 2016. So let's count. So it's 2010, it's 2021. So what is that, 11 years? That's a long time to not watch TV. We use, but it's not long enough. We use our tablet, which that gives us exposure, thank you, to what's going on all around the earth. In fact, I know a lot more. It seems, I could be wrong, but it seems I know a lot more just by reading and learning what goes on around, not just in Annapolis or on this landmass, but in other places like Greece, Italy, France, the continent of Africa, Australia, China, through the internet of the tablet, and choosing to learn news from that way. Not live. I stay away from live as much as possible, unless I want to connect with my Moorish American nation and family. So today I found it really, I'm gonna say this really quick. This male came in. He had on the USNA shirt. Usually USNA stands for the United States Navy. He looked, see the male? He looked to be Asian, but I'm not quite sure. I didn't ask him, but that's what he looked to be. Possibly Asian or, yeah, so I'm not sure. But he was having problems with his app. He was trying to pull up. He was trying to pull up a coupon. Okay? And let me also say this. A lot of times when the TV is on live, sometimes like that, even when it's not, it's like somebody is saying brother from a distance, or I'm earning money at Burger King. Okay, I still give testimony about that. Just like still people are saying Burger King, and I'm not accusing Burger King at American Extended Stay. So anyway, let me finish. So he had on a USNA shirt, which stands for United States Navy. He was having problems with his app, and I tried to help him as much as possible. I remember, because he used the word patience, okay? And it was interesting because I was thinking about when he said patience just this morning or last night. I might be pronouncing her name wrong. Sheet Dwayne Bay. She tweeted about patience last night. Okay, Islam. So I know of her, and she through you. I met of her, tweeted her, communicate with her through you. So he was interested because he used the word patience, and anyway, an app. And it's so because when you're dealing with those that have a science of telepathy, okay, and I'm not accusing anyone personally of having telepathy in Annapolis, but I'm saying, when I say we are among those, a telepathic community, a telepathic society, or among a telepathic jurisdiction, because I cannot accuse someone personally. I can, but I have not, of having telepathy. All right, Islam. So it's October the 2nd, 2021. Nor have I spoke of in any manner that would be considered serious if of the word telepathy at Burger King. Never. Even if I don't even think I ever said the word telepathy, but because I've been there for over 5 years, I'll leave room for error that I might said the word. I don't know. I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But Islam. So anyway, he used the word patience, and it made me think. And then he kept saying his app. He's having a problem with his app. Now, what's interesting is when I see visuals of my Moorish American nations that are impersonations, like impersonating a visual or picture, like those that have the science to invade your mental space. That means they are disregarding Amendment 4 of the Bill of Rights to be safe in your persons. So the Bill of Rights, if I remember correctly, was ratified 1591, and I think I could be wrong, but I think it was September of 1591. I could be off, and I'm going to leave room for error, because sometimes when like a day like this, I'm tired. So when you have taken an oath and affirm to uphold constitutional laws of freedom, that means you should be able to be safe in your persons and your body and your being, especially from those who have military experience, Navy, Army, or some form of connection to a government that have science that can literally invade your mind and your being, your sheaths, your body sheaths, forcefully. So when military forces are doing such things, or a foreign entity, they are behaving in acts of terrorism. And not only that, if they have been naturalized under laws of freedom, they are in treason. But if they have not been naturalized because they are controlled by a foreign entity, that means they are not considered human. They could be something else, and they being used as chattel property, as terrorists. They're not in treason. So that was my thought, because many times I experience a visual impersonation of pictures and Moors, and then, believe it or not, some of the inhabitants of Annapolis might say something about an application, an app. So here today, I'm not accusing this United States, well, he implied to be connected to the United States Navy. He wore a shirt, it had USNA. He asked about a military discount. He asked if Burger King have military discounts. I said, not this one. So that's another implication. So he's wearing a shirt, says USNA. He asking if Burger King have military discounts. I said, no, not this one. So he was saying he was having problems with his app. And anyway, when he used the word patience, I caught on to it quickly because it triggered a thought of just what Arrington-Bey tweeted just last night. And so then after he asked about the military, he was having problems with his app to use a coupon. I don't think he was able to pull it up. Or wait a minute, I think he did pull it up, but nonetheless, then he asked, he said, oh, I supposed to wear, he didn't have a mask on. He said, are we supposed to wear a mask? Now, once again, okay, and I'm telling you this because today, in reference to connection of experiencing 4 sharp pains, okay? Experiencing 4 sharp pains, which is connected to health. And we are in a time where health is under an attack, okay? To be a healthy individual means that you are able, and there are many definitions, but to be able to go earn money, to walk 40 minutes a day, maybe 5 hours a day, to have healthy organs, to not have any infliction of a virus such as the coronavirus, HIV, cancer. So so health is not just today. Health has been under an attack for years and years and years. So but now there is a virus that is so what experts have said contagious that we have to wear masks, and because there's a issue with the mandate, this is what I'm reading from different people who imply and show that they know law, that the executive government cannot implement those who choose to not be vaccinated to wear masks. Okay? Now, as someone, because I just posted maybe 5 days ago, and I'm on my path to work. Let me just show you. I just cut back from the back. All right, this is the marijuana building. That's the Mexican restaurant. Okay? And a lot of times I see this, the Mexican restaurant, I see this Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter car, if you can see that. That's usually parked there or parked right here sometimes, not all the time, but many times. It says Black Lives Matter. So this is my, so that's like I guess you want to say, you know how you see something, you be like, okay, I know where I'm at. See, that's the Mexican restaurant, because I see this Black Lives Matter car all the too many times to count. It lets you know where I'm at, because it's usually right around in this area. Okay. So getting back to health, I just posted maybe a week ago of this military officer. She's a woman, stating that her and others have refused to be vaccinated. They refuse to be vaccinated, and so because they refuse to be vaccinated, they are on leave. Okay? So the thing is, what I'm getting at is, and this is in connection to constitutional rights and being naturalized under constitutional rights, and making sure that the commander-in-chief, Islam, the commander-in-chief, which would be in a jurisdiction that you are under, is naturalized as well. So that would be Biden at this moment. Naturalized means he has taken an oath. He would take an oath to affirm, unless he is a Moor, and he claimed that he is a Moor, he would take an oath to uphold natural laws of freedom. Okay? When you uphold natural laws of freedom, it's very complex, because that means you're not going to sell out the people on your landmass to something that's going to kill them. Islam. Okay? When you naturalize, or you take an oath to uphold laws of freedom, you're not going to, unless you want to be in treason, possibly you won't. Can't say definitely, but it would give you some form of thought that if you are tested to sell out millions of people to something that isn't true, in reference to, let's see, an outbreak. Say there's a sick, sadistic scientist who wants to spread a virus, or to kill masses of people, okay? And that government, where that scientist or those scientists come from, or to control people, communicates with the government or the jurisdiction you're in, who has taken an oath or affirmed to uphold an organic instrument that connects to love, that connects to freedom. Can't say definite they would not agree to it, but the thought is in the universe to say, I can't do this to my people. You understand? These are my thoughts. So I'm not saying, once again, though, I'm not talking about a coronavirus vaccinated. Those are vaccinated are less or better. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just giving a hypothetical thought to what I experienced today. And so getting back to what I truly experienced today. So the United States Navy, what he implied to be connected to the United States Navy. And I'm also I'm speaking about connection of experiencing 4 sharp pains. 4 sharp pains, okay, is an attack on health. So I'm getting back to the connection to the attack on health, Islam. The coronavirus, a virus, okay, I heard scientists, doctors, or people in the healthcare say a live virus. And then I've heard people, I don't know if they're using the right term, say dead virus. So if a virus is alive, okay, it's like giving it a personality to attack or aim for different cells, which I've heard doctors say that if your immune system is high or well enough, the likelihood of you getting sick from a virus of this kind is very small. Okay. And I've heard doctors speak about how we are exposed to many bacteria and viruses all the time. But when you are healthy, Islam, healthy, that means those because and if you to me as a spiritual woman, a virus has a spirit. Islam, I'm thinking a virus has spirit. Bacteria has spirit. Okay. I've heard spiritual people say like venereal diseases, they have, you got herpes, you have genital warts, chlamydia. So herpes is a virus. Many spiritual people connect spirituality and reference or unclean spirits such as myself with those viruses. So being the attack on health has been going on for a long time. So getting back, so he asked me, or he asked out loud, but I was in front of him, and he said, "Oh, are we? I didn't put on my mask. We supposed to wear masks." And then Sherilyn said, "It's up to you." Okay, because that is what is told for us to say to customers who ask about wearing the mask. It's up to you. Okay. And I've heard, and also it's been regulated, it's been lawful, not I heard, but I heard, but also it's lawful, because if you start tampering with people's rights and saying, I want to see something that show that you've been vaccinated, this is the issue, then you are violating their rights. You're violating their health. And so, but if the government, a government, can prove that you are mentally unstable and you don't understand the difference between what you need to do to be healthy and what you need to not do to be healthy, and that you are too much of an animal state of mind, or you are possibly a slave and classified as a slave, identified as a slave, then how would they respect your rights to demonstrate yourself that you are a healthy being and you don't want to be vaccinated? So getting back, once again, I'm not saying yes or no about the vaccine on this video. I'm just giving a testimony. So now he's connected, or implied he's connected to the military, but he didn't know about wearing a mask or not. He didn't know that many places don't ask, let me see a card showing you're vaccinated. The buildings, the food places, or anything, he is implying he didn't know. Okay, So this is the connection I see with the organic constitution, and knowing what the president can and cannot do. That executive branch, what he can and cannot do, and especially if he has not been naturalized. Especially Islam, if he has not been naturalized to uphold laws of freedom. He have not been naturalized to uphold the Constitution of 1787, the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, and all 4 of Abraham Lincoln's proclamations. How would he be able to say what people can do and what they cannot do in reference to their health? So, and I'm going to calm down. So getting back to being among unclean spirits that send forth sharp pains. When you're among unclean spirits that send forth sharp pains and then say, brother, Islam, because like they're trying to force something, then that is an attack on health. If they are attacking your legs, your limbs, your inner organs, your cranium, your brain, and they are keep doing it, and then they try to justify it by saying that they should be able to because they paid, or because a black male want to have sex with you, a black female want to have sex with your son or your daughter, or somebody else. It could be Spanish speaking, an unclean spirit. It could be a pale skin. These are attacks on health. And in that is unconstitutional and it's uncivilized. This is in a connection to spirituality, health, the attack on health, and those that have the telepathic code. So the coronavirus the implementation and restrictions started with the coronavirus last year, if I remember correctly, in March. And I'm not saying anything about those who have and have not been vaccinated, but I'm giving a testimony of what I experienced today in connection to spirituality as well. So, Amendment 4, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong because I'm tired, speaks of being able to be safe in your persons. No police officer or military person should forcefully search you. So in my thoughts, I'm like, search you. So if you are an individual being, all right, and you have different aspects of yourself connecting to natural law, and a military male, these are unclean spirits, and female or police, or it could be an average citizen, uses science to attack different aspects of your being. They are violating constitutional law and also behaving in an animal beast state of mind. So when I was thinking, when the United States Navy person, if he is, I'm not sure today, spoke of an app, okay? I was thinking about all the times I experienced different visuals of impersonation of Moors, and like a black Negro, and then I hear black Negro, African American males saying, "Let me help you," Spanish speaking. I mean, literally, I'm going to stick with the African American males and females first. Literally saying, "Let me help you," sound like animals, like artificial intelligence, like a robot, begging. Okay, now an attack on health does not mean a person is what's the word? Always a victim who is infected. I remember when the talk of HIV first came about. Okay, and it wasn't clear. I think I was probably in the 6th grade. It wasn't clear where this virus came from. I heard so many stories, just like the coronavirus, and different things of where that virus came from. Then as time went on, they started to report how some individuals who were HIV positive or had full-blown AIDS were deliberately spreading diseases. And they kept emphasizing wear a condom, and showing how condoms work. When you are among unclean spirits that can seduce your mind, invade your mind, give males hard-ons an erection. I want to show you, make a woman feel sexual. Make your children feel this way. And I know I'm talking loud. And you don't know what's going on. And then they kept saying you be in the heat of the moment, and you don't have, children are in the heat of the moment. Young adults are in the heat of the moment. Wear a condom. But when you are among unclean spirits that are able to possess your mind, and then they are infected with deadly diseases, that is an attack on health. That is a direct attack on health. And that's keeping it 100. So now you have many people want to homeschool their children. Many people want to homeschool their children. Even though they are implementing vaccinations or saying be vaccinated, many people say, I don't want to send my child back to school. And some of them using a lot of using the coronavirus pandemic, or those that are could be or could not be infected, as reasons. Not all, but these are some of the reasons. But if you're among a cesspool of unclean spirits, and children they behave what they see. And imagine you think, how can a child be unclean in spirit? You're dealing with a body. A body has a spirit. And so my thoughts are, I think spiritually people are going to start talking about spirituality, connecting the telepathic code, and what they have experienced in the future. Islam. So I thought this was odd today. Also, I thought it was odd. I was pushing and expediting food. I was pushing and expediting food, and I want to say this. I'm gonna use this thought, but I'll keep it to myself. I was gonna use the thought, but I changed my mind. A melanated person just drove by. This is how they send thoughts. A melanated person might drive by. It could be a pale skin. And all of a sudden I get a thought, and not all, but sometimes if I'm working, I'm trying to stay focused, send a thought that way, whatever. Anyway, it is what that old saying it is. Anyway, I was expediting and pushing food at Burger King, and I thought it was so odd because I was standing next to Nathan. James was at the drive-thru, and I had been there for a little while pushing the food. I was doing the sandwiches. Nathan was doing the fries, and he was going back and forth taking orders. Then, and I was trying to keep up while he went to take orders. Then I definitely heard it seemed like someone from a distance said, brother, or he loves you. Brother, and he loves you. That's what it sounded like from a distance. I don't know who said it. Then within moments, James came next to me, and then Nathan was on the side of the fry, so I'm in the middle. And when James comes to do the sandwiches as a manager, he knows. My behavior is to move out the way. So I moved out the way. Then I turned around. There was a black male at the register for me to take his order, waiting for his order to be taken. So I took his order. But the thing was odd was that I'm hearing someone say, "Brother," from a distance. He loves you from a distance. And James, I thought it was just odd. I'm not accusing James, but I found it odd that James came over there after. Definitely I heard something, if not it, but similar to it, to stand next to me. And of course, if he's standing next to me at the sandwich station to push the sandwiches, Nathan is on the right of me. He's another black male. These are African American males, unless they claim a nationality. I'm gonna move out the way and see what he wants me to do. And then I turned around, and there was a black male at the register waiting to have his order taken. So I took his order, and then I walked away from and said, "James, I yelled, I'm going to go get bottled water because I get off at 4 today." In my mind, I was thinking in my mind, so I yelled and said, "Okay, I'm going to get water real quick. It won't take me but a moment." I went to the back. I would say it probably took not even a minute. It wouldn't be a whole minute for me to grab the water and walk back, because I didn't have to open up a box or a bag or whatever you call it, plastic. It was just easy for me to grab and then walk to the front. And I came back, and James was like, "You can't walk away without making sure your food is expedited." And at the time, there was only one ticket. Possibly he was at 2. And once again, so what I saw, I think Dylan was at if I can remember correctly, Dylan is another co-worker. He was at the drive-through window. James was at the Dylan is a new employee. I was told he's Naomi's brother. I'm not sure. This is what I was told from her. I'm only going by he, Shay, and Naomi's someone who speaks Spanish, who told me that her parents are from Mexico. So Dylan was at the window for far as what I remember. And so then as I was, let me finish. Let me stay on the thought. I just saw someone that comes to the Burger King, and let me walk away, because usually when they come in the Burger King, one of them act like or seem to be slow in thinking. I'm not sure. Slow and act like they possibly are mentally off in thinking. So I'm walking away. I'm not sure if they are, because people act, but that's what it seems. I'm not a doctor. So as I turned around, so I come back with the water. James said, "You have to finish your order." At the time when I left to go get the water, it was like, I think one ticket I saw. I know I saw one, but I don't remember seeing the other. But maybe he pressed the button because he was at the drive-thru, and another one was there. And I said, "Finish the order." And then he was referring to, and then maybe another order. I saw another ticket. So once again, there were 3 people on the floor. If Dylan might not have been at the window, but he was working the window, as far as I know, up until I got off. I don't, So So I just said, okay. So I looked at the ticket, and it was the ticket. He's saying finish the order of the black male that was at the register that was waiting to have his order taken. So I just, prepared the meal, put it in a bag, gave his cup and everything to him, and then made sure he had everything he needed. Islam. It is October the 2nd. I just thought it was odd because it seemed, I definitely, I want to say definitely, but let me just use my words wise. It sounded like that from a distance someone said, "Brother, he loves you." And then moments after that, James walked towards the sandwich station, which usually when he does that, I move out the way, or I move to the fry side. But I couldn't move to the fry side because Nathan was there. He's another African American. He told me he was a manager. So both of them are managers. So he has a manager card still to this day. So I couldn't move to the fry station. Nathan was there. So I just actually did the middle and moved out the way and turned around and saw the black male at the register waiting for his order to be taken. Islam.